I've lived in Canada for most of my life, but due to the musical instrument that has taken over our neighbors, that may change soon. This video is meant to prepare all Canadians for the upcoming McDonald invasion by teaching you to speak American, eh? Just a disclaimer. Canada will never become the 51st state. You've seen it, eh? How is the second largest country in the world going to become one singular state of a country with less area, eh? It would in all likelihood become 10 states and 3 territories. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin, eh? The first part of understanding how to speak American is by deconstructing your own Canadian speech. According to just every single American linguist, it is a fundamental law of nature that all Canadians always end their sentences with the expression, eh? You may be thinking, that's so dumb, I don't end all my sentences with eh. Well, I'll tell you something, eh? Saying eh has become second nature to all Canadians, that you never even notice when you say it or when others say it, eh? Take the sentence that you just said, for example, eh? It may be an unconventional use of the word, but it's still there, eh? Now, the first step of learning how to speak American is by taking that A and replacing it with y'all. Most of the time, this will work flawlessly. However, there are a few more subtleties when it comes to the American language. To highlight these, let's take some Canadian sentences and try to translate them into the American, eh? Good morning, eh? Now, this is a pretty simple sentence. First, we have to replace the A with a y'all. However, that is not enough. See the word morning, eh? Well, that word has to be changed as well. All you need to do is remove the G at the end, because Americans are physically incapable of pronouncing a G if it comes after an N. Now, the result of our translation will be this. Good morning, y'all. Compared to the Canadian language version, good morning, eh? Good morning, y'all. Now, let's take a look at another sentence, y'all. Here's an everyday Canadian sentence. We will be going to Tim Horton in about an hour, eh? There are plenty of changes to be made here, y'all. First, as usual, replace the A with y'all. Now, let's return back to the beginning of the sentence. You must replace the words we will with will, because Americans are physically incapable of speaking without contractions. Then, remove the G from the end of going, like in the previous sentence. Now, for the next part. The concept of Tim Hortons is inconceivable to the average American brain, so we must use the nearest approximate, which probably isn't McDonald, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. Now here's something ironic. Canada's first Prime Minister was Sir John A. Macdonald, even though that's an American thing. Now here's something that most Canadians don't know, but the irony goes the other way as well. See, the USA's first president was actually Pierre de Tim Horton.
What am I doing with my life?
Anyway, back to the sentence, eh? So the word a boot must be replaced, because that is 100% a Canadian word that all Canadians say, and it isn't like I've never heard anyone say it in my entire life or anything. You may be thinking that we replace a boot with about, but no. About is an imperial word. You see, Americans are allergic to the letter combination OU. Why else do you think they omit it from every single word that contains it? Therefore, a bot is the correct replacement for a boot. We will apply the no OU rule to our as well, and our sentence is complete, y'all. Now, let's compare. We will be going to Tim Horton in about an hour, eh? We'll be going to McDonald in about an hour, y'all. Notice how A results in all Canadian sentences being phrased as questions, eh? This is a significant cultural difference. See, Americans are incapable of asking questions, and Canadians are incapable of making demands. Canadians ask if you are having a good morning, whereas Americans declare the morning to be good. Canadians ask if you are going to Tim Horton, whereas Americans declare that you will be going to McDonald. My fellow Canadians, now that you have learned the fundamentals of American language and culture, you will finally be prepared for life after the invasion, following our new leader, Donald Saxophone or whatever. This video was written in less than an hour and I was waiting for my class to start.